jump in. I got some cool quotes today. So confession, my workout ran longer. I'm still sweating, so I'm sorry about that. You'll see sweat perspiration on my shirt, but it is what it is. All right, this week, we have thousands of agents participating in the virtual Superstar Retreat. I don't know if any of our agents are doing that or not. With that being said, I think the following quotes can only make our attendees' business and life a little better, but these quotes can make all of our lives and business a little better. A great attitude becomes a great mood, which then becomes a great day, which becomes a great year, which then becomes a great life. So what does it all start with? Attitude. There you go. Oops. I found that luck is quite predictable. If you want more luck, take more chances, be more active, show up more often. Interesting, isn't it? Because that's where we're going today. I got a neat little opening topic. If you want more luck, take more chances, knock on more doors, call more FSBOs, talk to more expireds, do more social media posting, be more interactive. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Ooh, that's a really good one, right? Even if you only did a deal a week.
Only a deal a week.
Success is not an overnight sensation. It's when every day you get a little better than where you were before. It all adds up. That's a good one for us all. Remember? Number 5, the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who always do. Steve Jobs in his opening commencement speech to that college. Number 6, not every day is good, but there's something good in every day. Doesn't matter what you're focusing on, isn't it? If we all do our job every day to the best of our ability, we'll find something good in every day that we do our job. Interesting. I like it. Those are good thoughts for us. All right, so here we go. I'm going to keep saying this because we are simply blessed. Number 1, we're in the real estate business, which seems to be pulling the entire economy along. Number 2, we're in the Bay Area, which is probably one of the nicest places. On my walk this morning, I felt like it was 70 degrees. It was beautiful. Nice breeze, cool air. It felt fantastic. You definitely feel kind of falls in the air. So we are blessed, and just remember that, because there's a lot of people that are not. I'm talking to a lot of people every day, and some are moaning, some are groaning, but most of who I'm talking to are doing fine. But nobody's crushing it like we are right now. So let's give our gratitude and graces. Our top agents, this is a new thought for me. Our top agents are an expression of our fundamentals, and our new agents are learning the fundamentals. Thank goodness we have a consistent platform to convey them. And thank you all for showing up and tuning in, because it is very, very important. So the consistent platform to convey them is what we're doing right now. We have Zoom, and I talked to somebody yesterday. He said, "So you're just doing?" I said, "Dude, we've been doing Zoom for 5 years. This is not new to us at all." Move my camera out of the way. So as I said this the other day, I'm going to dwell on it again. Matthew is my business coach, and I harbor some anger when agents stray from what we teach. Day in and day out, we are preaching a specific way to do things. And confession, I buy my own bullshit. It's not the only way to do things. In my opinion, it's the right way to do things. But I have to let it go and surrender to the fact that it's okay for all of our agents to find their own version, right? Look at us. I mean, my example would be, I was trained by Mike Ferry, right? And he's very specific on what he teaches. Yet most of his top agents don't follow his freaking system, but they do follow the fundamentals. And that's where I think the paradigm shift in my head has come. So I, in the past, harbored some anger when agents stray from what we teach, and I have to let it, it's okay, you find your own version, that's it. Being exposed to our fundamentals in the first place is what created some really great agents. Do you guys realize that most of the top agents, which I'm going to show you in a minute, almost all of them started their residential real estate career with us. So our fundamentals were what taught them the basics, and then they found their own way to tweak and bring their own version of that to itself. So being exposed to our fundamentals in the first place created some really great agents, and we keep growing our fundamentals. Stay tuned. You're involved in a never-ending quest for master's level education. This is not like you go to college and you graduate and you got a degree. It is always changing and there's always new things coming. So I made a list of some fundamentals. Move my photographs out of the way. Fundamental number one, the art of real estate. Do you guys play that game? No. Do you believe in that game? I would say yes, but it's complicated. I mean, just shit, to figure out your primary aim is a tough thing to do, right? And then we talk about your schedule and we give you a specific schedule, 8:30 to 5:30. But yeah, you don't follow that either, but you know you should have a schedule, right? And we talk about scripts and dialogues. We teach scripts and dialogues to say certain things a certain way. And then we talk about the DISC and the VAK, your personality profile and your visual, auditory, and kinesthetic styles. Those are sales level mastery. We talk about our strategic pricing analysis, which is probably the best way to price real estate, but most of you don't follow it, but you still have the fundamentals behind you. We talk about critical date timelines, tie that into contract mastery, being diligent in our performance of a contract, unlike many of the professionals or unprofessionals we work with. We talk about the Beggins listing system, which is a proprietary system of steps to take and to get to a result. We talk about the Beggins buying system, which is, you know, these are kind of onerous tasks. To do it right is difficult, and it's really easy to cut corners on all the different things that we do. Dot loop has become one of our fundamentals, which we all need to learn more about, and Angelique and I are doing a class on that on Thursday. So building that mastery. Contract mastery is just freaking awesome. You guys, you know, you tune in. We've got case studies. We talked about this yesterday. There's lots of things. And then single agency is a huge one. If you didn't see Jeff and Mike's class yesterday on agency, I think it was a very good one. I'd suggest you go back and watch. And then in that quest of these fundamentals, which I came up with last night, I want to remind you to remain aware of these things, which are not fundamentals really, but they're components of different systems that we have that will enable you to do more business if you so choose to become aware of them and good at them. So Remind is a tool of the future. We really need to become masters of that. Look at that, the Apollo Beach training room. The daily marketing guide, not a fundamental, but really on its way to becoming one. If you are not into social, that's the way to get into it. Home Partners, not a fundamental, but a hell of a resource that we should be very aware of. RealSure, I'm very impressed, as you know, with Realogy doing what they do, and RealSure is their attempt at the iBuying program, which to me ties in with their most ethical company in the world, one of the top most ethical companies in the world, because they actually gave an iBuyer platform that gives a home seller the opportunity to net more money at no cost to them by shopping on the open market. Renovation loans, I think, are critical for you to be aware of in this market with inventory as tight as it is. OfferPad is an ally, especially since they're paying us 3% commissions, which is a huge statement. Down payment grants for these millennials that don't want to buy homes. Yeah, right. Millennials want to buy homes. They need money, and there's grants. So we've exposed you to opportunities like that. The proper use of Zap. I'm going to send you out today some quick start guides that Jimmy McNally did after our training a couple weeks ago. And there's screenshot by screenshot for mobile and for desktop on how to take the proper steps when you get a new lead in Zap, which once again, you need to remain aware of and become good at. And then OpCity, not a fundamental, but certainly a huge part of our business as we go through those things. So that's kind of my thought for today is it's me overcoming my own self, talking about what we do works, and it's proven pretty much. Go look and be honest at the agents who left us that no longer subscribe to the fundamentals that we preach, if you will, and look at what their business has done. It has not grown. In most cases, it has declined. So I honor you guys for showing up and tuning into our I'm not going to say bullshit, but our fundamentals. I mean, we are towing a hard line. This is not, oh, you look so great, you're wonderful. No, it's get off your ass and go to work. That's the message we send, but the result is really high production. And we're going to talk about some fun stuff now. All right, so that's my opening. That's what I kind of try to do for all these meetings. You know what? I'm going to take this off presentation mode because this camera's driving me crazy. Okay, so I've started the agenda off in a different way, and I'm calling this new. So this is new stuff. And because I know I say a lot of the same things over again, but most of them need to be repeated. So the new section is going to be welcome to our new agents. So I just have a little section here where I come here and I go here to my sales meeting topics and I look for the blue categories. And my first blue category is welcome to the Sun City team, Thomas Heckman. Thomas was born and raised in Western New York. Thomas, we need to talk one day because I want to see all your friends from New York who are moving to Florida. Because, dude, you've got a career waiting for you right here. Because everything I'm hearing is New York is moving to Florida. New York is moving to Florida. Where after a 4-year enlistment in the U.S. Air Force, I settled down and raised my family. Fast forward to year 2000, we're in Austin, Texas. I received my first real estate license. From there, my wife and I made the journey to the beautiful Texas Hill Country around Austin, to the beautiful Tampa Bay area. This was a lifestyle change, which I've never regretted. My hobbies include playing cards, bridge, canasta, and poker, bowling, not very good, golf, even worse, and traveling. I'm also a big Buffalo Bills fan where I am bound to be disappointed yearly. That's fun. All right, so welcome, Thomas. I think this is a kind of cool thing to do. And this needs to go, oh dear. You guys can't see my screen, but there it is, okay. All the lens cameras are showing up. And there should be one more blue one here, 2 more blue ones. Another Sun City agent, Andrisha. I probably said that wrong, shame on me. I'm from a small city down south called Fort Myers. That is a small city compared to Tampa. Relocated to Tampa, attended USF, and I've made Tampa my home with myself and my most adorable and spoiled pup you will ever meet, my dog Kinsley. I might rival you for that. I am a major foodie, so you can usually find me searching high and low in Tampa and St. Petersburg to find all the hidden jewel food spots. My great energy, tenacity, and sincerity is what makes me the person I am today, and my ability to be resourceful and make great connections and interactions with others. Do you guys realize that I would say on average, at least one transaction a year comes from a customer choosing you because of your bio, right? So the carefully chosen words, back to our fundamentals of DISC and VAK, putting those words into your bio will attract like people to you. So Andrisha, Deb, you can correct me on that, is that right? If I'm a foodie and I'm really interested in that, I might be attracted to choose her as my agent because of what she put. And for Thomas, if I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, I might be attracted to that. So putting yourself out there is important. And then Serena Kell, I talked about her last week, so I don't have to do that. I won't do that again. All right. God, my screen is all jumbled up today. Recruiting bonus reminder. I saw a couple agents the other day who have sponsored, I think it was Kalani actually. Kalani's brought like 3 agents to our company. And it's really cool. And I walked in the office the other day and I met Rachel. She's a new agent with us. And she felt like she knew me because she sees me online, but I've never seen her. And she told me she was a friend of Kalani's. And she's got her first deal already. So just so everybody knows, the company rewards our management when they hire somebody new because that's how we grow our business. And we want to share that with you if you help us, because the best compliment you can give us is a referral. So just so you know, a new agent who's never done business before, the manager gets paid a $2,000 bonus. And they're going to share half of that with you if you make the introduction. And we'd like you to help mentor them too, or coach them along the way. And then an experienced agent, which we define as greater than 4 transactions in the last 12 months, there's a $5,000 bonus. So that's a $2,500 kicker to you as the agent who sponsors that lead. And just so you know how that bonus is paid is when the new person produces revenue, we take half of the company revenue, we call it company dollar, and give that to the manager. In this case, be the manager and you. So just keep in mind, because everybody seems to want to get into real estate now, and we don't hire everybody we interview, by the way. But there's a nice little kicker there, and you'll get, it's pocket change, $300, $400, $500, $600 every time they have a closing until you reach $1,000 for a new agent or $2,500 for an experienced agent. So keep that in mind. Ms. Keena, are you available?
I am.
The next topic on my agenda is the AGR contest.
Oh, and I was gonna have a, well, there's a lot of echo, I'm sorry. Or is it for everybody or just me?
An AGR is called an agent generated referral. And the concept there is we are measured by Cardis to promote their networks. So we have to generate AGRs. So theory would be you're on a listing presentation or a preview or in somebody's house and you see some Navy Fed paraphernalia. And you find out they're a Navy Federal member and you invite them to the Navy Federal Real Estate Rewards program. And then we would enroll them in the program and give them the benefits. And instead of a 40% referral, we get 30% referral. But we brought the member into the network, hence an agent generated referral. And if you talk to some of the agents who do a lot of these, Joe, you can talk about that for a quick second, because you do
Absolutely.
a lot of AGRs.
Joe is a really good example because he's so successful that he's a good person to talk about it really quickly.
So if we're going to do a contest for AGRs, Joe, why don't you give us a little background? Tell us why you do an AGR in the first place.
Well, if I'm doing a listing appointment, it could be a past client who came in through the USAA program.
No, it's just USAA. We don't have USAA anymore.
Or the card, yeah, or Navy Federal, any of those programs. It's a way that they get a rebate by using our services, but it also locks out our other competitors who can't offer that. So it's a real good way of making sure that you do get the listing. And also, you know, we have to keep Cardis, you know, we have to, if we're going to get leads from Cardis, we have to give them leads. So it's kind of a two-way street.
And I want to say that, Joe, you have so many past either USA or Navy Federal Credit Union relationships that's something that you just do as a courtesy for those people over and over and over again, correct?
Right. That's correct. And they, by the way, they expect it. It's not always that you're offering it too. So, I mean, they know the programs are out there, and, you know, and I make sure when they're calling me, they know that they're going to get that program. So, yeah.
Well, and how much business do you think you've gotten off of these referrals that you're putting in as agent generated referrals that have sprung onto that you have not had to pay a referral on, such as, let's say you had done a listing with a member, correct? And then you're getting all the additional buyers.
Right. I mean, the referrals that come in from those people, you know, it becomes not only their friends, but also this year I had 2 children that were buying houses that I helped them initially years ago buy a house, and now their kids are getting ready to buy houses. So, you know, and they're not on necessarily the program, so they're not, you know, they're not getting a rebate. So it just matters how it works. But I would say this year I probably got about $3 or $4 million from past clients. I haven't tracked it totally this year, but just in my head.
I want to say you at least 6 or 7.
You probably have a better record of it. I don't really keep track of it.
I've got records for Jay.
I just keep writing contracts. That's.
Yes, absolutely. So basically the whole point behind this contest, we are going to do anybody that's closing an agent generated referral, whether it is a Navy Federal Credit Union, a Realogy Military Reward, or an AARP, will get a $100 gift card in Q4 in addition. So we want to let you know how important they are in general, but also just give you a little extra thank you because it's a big deal for the end of our year. And I will also send additional information about that today or tomorrow.
Craig, you're muted.
Wonder how I muted. Oh, Mike must have muted me. Thank you, Mike. Okay, so it's a big deal. Part of Century 21's awards and recognition program is called the Path to Centurion. And the Path to Centurion honors Masters, Ruby, Emerald, and Diamond as the stepping stones to get to Centurion, which is the coveted award of the awards and recognition program. And every year they take us someplace called the Top Agent Retreat. And this year was going to be in Hawaii in October. So that's a big friggin' deal to fly from Florida to Hawaii. So it was going to be a big trip for everybody. And a lot of our agents were excited and worked their asses off to get these awards. And now because of COVID, everything's canceled. So we wanted to do something. And it's a difficult management decision to do something in light of the situation that we're in. So Jeff did some research and found out that Margaritaville in Orlando is super, super COVID safe and very open, friendly, wide open spaces, you know, social distancing type of stuff. And it's a pretty cool place. And we wanted to do something to recognize our masters and centurions because they deserve it. And we can't go to Hawaii like Century 21 planned. So we announced this week that we have booked Margaritaville for the 13th and 14th, 2-night stay for all of our masters and centurion level agents. So I wanted to show everybody what that is. And real quick, I'm going to, is this it? Yes, this is not the right one. Let me go to the one that's in Google Drive. This is the one. All right, so check this out. Last year's 2019 criteria, you had to do a minimum of $149,000 in gross commission to 194 to be Masters Ruby, 195 to 241, Masters Emerald, 241 to 287.9 for Masters Diamond. Then Centurion was 288 to 575, Double Centurion 576 to 863, and Grand Centurion 864 and above. Look at that, guys, 864,000 and above, or over 200 units. All right, so that's the criteria, and that criteria is tied to the National Association of Realtors annual stats, so it goes up or down in market conditions. So based on this year, you can expect 2020's criteria to be higher than 2019's. So these are our, and I'm going to call them out because they deserve it. So Gwen Mills Owen is a Grand Centurion with 234 closed units. Aixa Moore with 49 closings, $450,000 in commission. Andy Simmons, 57.5 units with $405,000 in commission. I don't think I want to read all of these. I'm just going to call it the names. Devin Weiser, Cody Calvo, Mike Reichenbach, Kimberly Bowden, Nicole Alonso, Joe Diener, Deborah Weiser, Rick DeBarros, Chris Reed, Kim Hodgkins, Martin Domovsky. Team Imagine is Sarah and Molly and Lisa, Ray Monahan, Kevin Friel, Jesse Griffin, Amber Mills, Robin Bennett, Amy Camasso, Nancy Conley, Sandy Tams, Tenley Kramer, Joe Aletto, Laura Wolf, Jessica Beggins, Randy Schuster, Ann Wilson, Jackie Stone, and I added Kathy McKinnon in because I promised her a stay at my house in the Bahamas, which is no longer there, so she's getting substituted in with a trip to Orlando. A little selfish. So that's a big deal. And then the managers are signing up going. So we're going to be in Margaritaville October 13th and 14th, just for an R&R, hanging by the pool, chilling, spas, massage. There's a water park next door if you want to hang out, if you just want to stay in your room. We gave the agents opportunities to either get a hotel room, which are really nice, or if they wanted to, you know, maintain social distance and share a cottage with their friends. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 bedroom cottages, and it's their choice to pick. So that's all in your email to our masters and centurions. So please respond. You have to call the resort by Thursday, and they've got our credit card on file, and you just tell them what room you want, and that will be organized for you, all expenses paid. So that was a big thing. So congratulate our masters and centurion producers, and keep your eyes open on your prizes for what they're going to be. I should open that right now, but I won't find it fast enough to give you the total, because you still have the balance of September, October, November, and December to get closings in to earn award status for this year. That's a good idea, Lauren. I'd have to go through and find them, but she asked for a cheat sheet on renovation loans and the down payment grants. Otis, maybe you could reach out to your contacts for the down payment grant people and ask them for a little cheat sheet. That's a great idea. And who did the renovation loans? I'll find him. Cool.
I'll ask them too. Renovation notes as well. Same place.
Okay. All right, a couple changes going on, guys. So pay attention to this one. And it's not a big deal at all, but we're trying to streamline things and avoid problems. And, you know, we own Paramount Title, at least 49% of it. And we try to streamline and help them and them help us. And some of the systems we put in place, quite honestly, are just outdated. You know, we're doing about half of the business the company generates that we control, which is a very, very strong capture rate. But in the past, we were sending them every contract we had. And then they would look at the deal sheet to find out if they had the business. And sometimes they would call an agent and say, hey, you didn't choose a title company. Can we have your business? And sometimes agents said yes. And sometimes they said, screw you, get your face out of my business. You don't belong in my shit. So that just gets annoying over time. So we're not going to do that anymore. So we're going to put that responsibility on you. And so when you get a contract, you need to deliver it to the title company. So this way you can start the conversation. Now, a couple things came out of this little powwow we had, and it's just a reminder, and it's a matter of being kind. You know, they're part of the team, whether it's Paramount or any other title company. And any successful title company has a lot of business and has to have processes in place to get things done. So for example, you know, we order, and most title companies do too, the HOA estoppels 30 days before closing, because it takes some associations 30 days to get their shit together. So when you move a closing up 2 weeks and don't tell the title company, then they don't order the estoppel in time, and then there's chaos and the title company did a shitty job. But it was really a lack of communication because we didn't communicate that we're going forward. So I think you delivering the contract to the title company will put you in a better stage of communication, and it'd be good for that. Second thing is we're having a lot of instances where customers are either delivering checks to one of our title company offices, or they're wiring money in, but the checks don't identify the property or the salesperson. So we get way too many checks that we don't know what they are. And we can't really deposit the check until we know which property it's assigned to, because there's millions and millions of dollars sitting there in escrow. And if we put it in and we don't know what property it's for, we can easily give it to somebody else, and that wouldn't want that to happen. So I removed the escrow wiring instructions from .loop, and in its place we put instructions on how to have the customer reach out to the closing agent to get the wiring instructions. We are having a huge problem still with wire fraud nationwide, not anything specific to Paramount at all, but there's just lots of bad wire stuff going on. Lots of false attacks, lots of fake information going back and forth. So we just don't want to be responsible. .loop is a very great way to share wiring information, but the potential to download it and attach it to an email still exists, and we don't want to take that responsibility. So those are two changes that I want you to know about. Number one, when you have a contract, you deliver it to the title company. Number two, have your customer get their escrow money directly to the title company, not to the real estate company. So help us get that done. My dad, he sent an email the other day talking about specialization is the key. And he's offering you some commercial training for those who want to specialize in commercial. So if you saw that email and you're interested, raise your hand. And then, of course, in his unique way, he found a way to donate money to people with poor water quality in Mali. And I actually called him and said, was that a spam or did you actually send that out? And he actually did send that out. This Thursday is the FAN, the Florida Agency Network, Agent One training. The FAN Agent One app is a badass app to help customers get their net sheets and stuff, and they've got Facebook posts and all kinds of other things in there. So that's this Thursday at 1. It's on the c21be.com calendar. And then I mentioned this earlier, but Zap is a very cool program. We've just been using it wrong. I will publish those guides to you by email today. And that's the news to this hour on my new section. Now we're going to hear from our management. We have no guests this week, and then we're going to go through what did I do here? I'm sorry. Yes, I didn't change my page. Well, let's do the managers first. So starting at my top, Ashley, you want to add anything to your AGR contest? I'm just going down my roster here. on my
Yes,
screen.
if you're getting an email from me, please respond that says Prime Street. I even put in the subject line, it is not spam. Today I'm trying to finalize most of my stuff, and so that we can launch a new program and see how it works. No promises, obviously, because you know we've had a past.
Hey, just as a
But-
rule for everybody, when we send you an email, reply to it. And it's just like I was on a conference the other day on a Zillow call, and they said the number one advice is answer your phone. So just as a practice, answer your phone. That's a fundamental, and reply to your emails.
Yes, please, please. Other than that, like, please think about the AGRs and the benefits to your customer as well to your business. And, you know, obviously the company is benefiting from it, but that's going to help you in the long run as well, because that's going to give us more leads next year for you. Please.
Right. Mr. Simmons.
Good morning, team. So yesterday I went to 21 Online and I just messing around with it. I said, you know what, let's look at the awards. And I looked at the awards for The Office. And just to let you guys know, Brandon is number 24 out of 100 offices in Florida. So kudos to you guys. I thought that was awesome. Just some high fives out to, congrats to Amy, Lauren, Andrea, Tina, Dawn, Whippa, and Andy for their closings on last week. And I just want to leave one thing with you guys. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. So if you want different results, change something today. Have a great day.
Otis, you're up.
Hey, good morning. So everything that you went over earlier with our resources is really what I wanted to touch base on. We have an incredible amount of resources. It's almost, again, I say it all the time, it's like drinking out of a fire hydrant. You can't get it in one gulp. But at the same time, if you break it down, you compartmentalize it, it does easily register. And so that said, what I find whenever I'm helping agents is a lack of confidence most of the time. And so if you go back to the little things and you do it right in your skill set, you do the reps right, you practice with people, your confidence will be there. Ultimately, there's an old saying, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Just get in there and give yourself that little bit of extra rep for the confidence. Other than that, everyone's doing really good. When I call around and I try to recruit and so forth, our company really stands out. I mean, the whole Margaritaville, no one else is doing that stuff. It's really an amazing culture that we got here. So just tap into the resources, call us if you need us, and continue forging ahead. And all of our top producers, hats off to you guys. You guys really earned it. And congratulations. Have a great day.
Kathleen?
Good morning. Good morning. I first want to say congratulations to all our top producers. They work hard. It's consistency, teamwork, and it's a methodology that they're using each and every day in their business, and it shows. So congratulations to each and every one of them. Quick shout out to Shelly, Neil, Lorraine, Martin, Denise, Zach, Delia, and May. We've had several closings and several new listings, and business is good. We're making it happen. Last night, as I was putting my list together, I always like to think about not just what my agents are doing, but some inspiration. And I came away with this thought: positive thinking is powerful thinking. If you want happiness, fulfillment, success, and inner peace, it starts with how you think, where you want to be, how you think you want to be, because you have the power to achieve these things. And if you remember that you have the power, just like we teach The Secret, and it works. Remember you have the power here, and you can expect positive results. That's what I've got for today.
I said, sorry, Deborah, I rearranged my screen, so you moved up. So you're up.
Okay, so first thing, I want to thank Craig for being such a wonderful, awesome leader for this company and for making the right decisions to do Margaritaville. And I was one of the few that was protesting because I was just concerned about public safety and stuff, but no one else is doing this. You guys don't know out there, there are no brokers out there that do what Craig does. He is such a unique broker because he cares about you guys so much. So thank you for all you do for us, Craig, and for your constant growth with this business. I've been very fortunate to be around you many, many years, and you never cease to amaze me on what you do day after day. So thank you.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that, Deb, but it's not me. It's the collective genius of all of us together that makes this thing rock and roll.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But thank you to our outstanding agents this week. I have a list. Ken, Rick Chilson, Devonna, Robin, Don, Sandy, Dick, Crystal, and Regina all working, have contracts and I've got 5 listings I know in the works right now. Oh my God, we are so busy. Thank you all for doing everything and maintaining your business. I'm going to leave you with one thought. We are here to immerse you. You have to make choices every day on what you're going to do. Your choices, you made a great choice this morning to watch the meeting. You made a great choice to tune in if you didn't have a chance to watch it this morning, to watch the recording. Your second choice should be, hint, is to do prospecting, because that's the most important thing you're going to be able to do today to make money for tomorrow, next year, next week. You've got a prospect. So what's my number? It's 15. You've got to make 15 contacts today and for the rest of the week. So with that being said, make your 75 contacts this week and have an awesome day.
Thank you, Deb. Mr. Puma?
Yes, my thought today is around having some self-awareness around accountability. It's important. I've always been super competitive with myself, right? And my older son's the same way, but my younger one is not. My younger one requires that I remind him, especially when it comes to baseball. Hey, did you throw today? Hey, have you played catch? Hey, let's go hit. I have to constantly be on him. And it's not that way with my older one. And it used to drive me crazy with my little one until I just realized that that's just how he operates, right? But when I hold him accountable and he's accountable to me, he has grown leaps and bounds and has become a very, very good player. But he still requires that accountability to me, where my older one is completely accountable to himself. So have some self-awareness around that with you. It's okay if you need somebody else to push you. The good news is you have an incredible management team that you're looking at right now that will hold you accountable. But you've got to be accountable to yourself to know that you need to ask for that help, right? And if you do, you're going to see your business grow leaps and bounds. So that's my thought for today. Go after it. And if I can do anything for you, I'm here.
Love it. Let's go to Joe. Let's go to Chris Reed.
Bear with me. We may have some echo. Hold on, turn that down. All right, so we did something today. I know the Brandon team brought everybody back in to the office for sales meetings, but we have everybody socially distancing. Everybody in the room, everybody wanted to show up, right? So everybody's looking to get back to a little bit of normalcy with everything. They all have their masks in their lap. They wore their masks in, they went to their seat, they removed them. We are all hanging out. We are all having a good time. We have a little bit of breakfast. Thank you for everybody showing up. So we do have some great producers in the room. So we have congratulations to all the Masters and Centurion people that have produced and are going to be going to Margaritaville. We have a new member of the team over here. Look at what we have with us. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So we have a new member that's in the house today. We also have another new agent. Laura, why don't you wave to us? Laura's a new team member here in Apollo Beach, just joined on with us recently. She showed up because she's ready to make things happen. So everybody's having a great time. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, being responsible, socially distancing. Wanted to give a few shout outs to a lot of people here in the Apollo Beach team. New listings this week. Kim Hodgkins threw up some new listings. She also turned in about 5 new contracts. That girl is just on fire. Sarah and Molly put up 2 new listings as well. Laura Wolf, a new listing. Karma Gilchrist, a new listing and sold it. Denise and David Brindle also put up a new listing. Congratulations to Heidi Seddon on a $1 million closing. That was absolutely amazing. Very cool. She also had another closing as well. Sarah and Molly also had a closing, and congrats to Carolina Page. She was negotiating through a very, very rough deal where the lender was giving us a lot of hard times. We extended probably 4 or 5 times. She was able to get her buyer a $500 credit at closing, a gift card, and able to get the buyer's total moving costs paid for by the lender because of her persistence with making sure that our client was represented well as a single agent. So congrats to everybody. Thank you so much as well. I'll let you get back to it, and we will be here all hanging out. Give everybody a wave.
Hey, let Jim Graff know that I recognize he's in the same seat as always.
So you go ahead and say that again. I just turned the speakers back up.
I should let Jim Graff know that I recognize he's in his proper seat. That's Jim's seat. That's where he sits all the time. All right, Joe Diener, you're up.
Good morning, everybody. What a crazy last week and weekend. We were out, so many people were out selling and getting contracts in. I really appreciate it. You know, we've struggled in the last couple of months with lenders and extensions of closings and things like that. And it does put a little stress in it, but I like you to look at it a different way. I like you to look at it as an opportunity to grow and how to deal with those. Because no two transactions are the same. They're all different in some way. All the parties are different. The house is different. So make it so it becomes an opportunity to grow, because if you didn't have that opportunity, it could be done on the internet. They wouldn't need us. So we have to manage the deal and do it. To tag along what Deb said, because I love what her calling on 15 people and everything. So while you're out working your pillars of opportunity and you're calling on your FSBOs, strive not to be a success, but to be of value. So that's what I have for today.
I like that. That's the key. Mr. Beggins, Jeffrey.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everybody. So real quickly, what I want to talk about, first of all, just take a second and just look at this group, because we are, as a team, very fortunate to have all this leadership group. There's such a depth of knowledge and experience and tact and class sitting here. So I just want to just take a second just to remind everybody how awesome you guys are. And we're proud to have this leadership team. And as an agent team, you guys are rocking. I mean, look at the production. It's unbelievable what's going on right now. So just a quick celebratory high five to everybody for doing what you're doing. One thing that's helping a lot of the agents I'm coaching with right now is this concept of mastering the morning, right? And that is the one thing that's making a big difference in a lot of people's worlds. And it's just getting that discipline to carve off. I don't care if it's from 9:30 to 11 or 9:30 to 10 or 10 to noon or whatever it is. But when you learn to say no to anything other than income generating activities for that little small time block, it makes all the difference in the world. So, and then it's easy to hold yourself accountable to that little thing, because that's the time that you do not allow an appraisal to happen. If the home inspector calls and wants to do it at 10, you say, I'm sorry, I'm booked, how about 11? Right? Once you take control over your schedule and master that morning, guys, everything starts to change. I'm working with some really great producers that are looking to get to a next level, looking at some newer agents that are just trying to get into a level. And it's the same thing. You have to master the morning and just take that little bit of time block and you'll see amazing things happen. So see if that helps you a little bit today. Have a wonderful day.
Very cool. I agree with that. And this is a little selfish, but I'll say it anyway. I have a belief that I get more done before noon than most brokers get done all day. And that's because I master my morning. I mean, really, I master my morning. Here's my calendar. It pops up at 5:30. It says, say no, so that I can say yes to things that are meaningful, right? Every morning at 5:30, that goes off. Say no, so that I can say yes to what's meaningful. So mastering your morning is critical. That's why we are here every day at 8:30, and we had 90 something people on at one point today. So that means plus the group in Apollo Beach, which puts us over 100. So that's a commitment. And we've been doing this for years, mastering the morning. And that's why we do this every day. So very cool. So thank you all very much. I'm going to share my screen again and talk about the following. Reminders. Some of these things we do are just damn good. Dr. Axe amazed me last Thursday. Cool guy. I personally signed up for his organic acid test. I called his office. I paid the $295. They're mailing me a kit. I'm mailing it back. I have a meeting with them on November 3rd and to review the results. I'm just that way. Yeah, if you have noticed, I'm the analytical who likes to measure shit. So I'm going to get all my biofeedback things tested, and that's really cool. Paramount did, Sean Pugh did a great title training on Thursday at 1. And they're going to follow that up with the fan agent app training this Thursday. If you didn't tune into the fiduciary, the agency class that Mike and Jeff turned in Marketing Monday into yesterday, it was really good about demonstrating your single agency as one of our fundamentals that we teach. The no production policy is going into effect. We're a little slow on pulling the trigger because we are, but basically there's 4 options. And I'm just gonna say it. We had 185 people do a shit ton of business last month, and we had 203 people who did not one transaction. And I don't want this organization to have that ratio of non-productivity. So we're going to give you 4 options if you have not one deal in a 90-day period. We run this company on quarters. So option 1, which is probably preferred, is join the Beggins Referral Network. If you're not committed in growing in this business and doing deals every month, you're falling behind and you're not providing a customer experience. So join the Beggins Referral Network. If you bump into somebody, which you haven't in the last 90 days anyway, refer it to an agent who's experienced, who'll do a good job, and you'll get a nice referral fee. So that's option 1. Option 2 is if you just want to kick around and not do anything and you like the culture and the stuff, it's going to cost you to work here, because we're paying for your .loop, we're paying for your Gmail, we're paying these stuff. It's $100 a month if you're not going to produce a closing every 90 days. Option 3 is commit to your manager for a 90-day work plan. And if we can't get you a deal in 90 days, then option 1 or 2 come back. But we will commit to you to get you a deal in the next 90 days so you don't have to pay to work here. And option 4 is go work at another company, because we just don't want that. We're too good to have that level of lack of production, especially when, like we said, the management team is here. So that's no production policy. You're going to be hearing from us if you're one of those 203. And I just want to stupidly remind you, printer drivers, I mean, a lot of you aren't in the office, but when you come to the office and you want to print, you're not going to be able to, because we have new copy machines. So make sure you get that taken care of in one of your little daily visits. And then I'm going to ramble through these real fast. Just stuff. The Agent Exchange app, for those of you that want to get referrals from other companies, you should have the app on your phone. The OpCity coaching line is on print on screen. Yes. If you're having trouble with OpCity, so I'll show you the leads from them this week. It's hot. Carter's has an app. The C2N Beggins app is out there with all of our training, and everything you don't need to find is right there. OfferPad. Mike's marketing messages going out every day, they're good. I love the way they're reaching for engagement. Except Mike, all those pictures today, the $1 million houses, I think those houses are all over $1 million, but I think we should have raised the bar to $3 million. I don't know. BE3agents.com is the website version of the app. So if you can't get on the app, you can go on the website and find all the trainings and all the stuff you need. The Memography bus is going to be in the Apollo Beach office on the 27th of October. Zap. A lot of agents were not answering Zap calls because they didn't know it was Zap. They thought it was a number from Colorado. So put 970-660-5323 as your money is coming to me ringtone for your incoming leads. I said that already. Mike Ferry's retreat is this week, and Spark Open Enrollment is coming, and that's a pretty cool program. I was talking to somebody the other day who was using the forewarn portion. They had a customer flying in from out of state, and they checked them all out, and they really enjoyed it. So for $72 a year, it seems like a really cool program. It's Realogy sponsored, so we got a better discount than other people get. So that was kind of cool. And then my closing slide here is the non-SOI leads that came through the company this week were down from 322 to 220, but Century 21, which I'm going to tell you, we're running a test and it starts tomorrow. I'll come back to that in a minute, but Century 21 was 52 leads, 18 reload, 58 from OpCity this week, 9 walk-ins, 34 sign calls, 12 Zillow leads, 15 social ad engines, and only 6 calls in the last 7 days came in after hours. So I'm just starting to track that to see where it's at. Century 21. So I made it a change because it makes sense. Internet leads suck. There's 100 million internet leads. There's only 5 million home sales. So most internet leads don't get followed up and nobody has the time to deal with it. So Century 21 partnered with a company called Ojo, which is a call center similar to OpCity, but different in that they've got artificial intelligence doing a lot of the follow-up. So we have made a decision for the next 90 days to take our century21.com leads and send them to the listing agent for to get the first shot. If the listing agent doesn't grab it, rather than rolling in rotation to another agent who's not red, which 258 of you are red, they're going to go to Ojo, and Ojo is going to call them, text them, email them, nurture them, and then send them back to us as a warm transfer. With a, hey, Craig, I've got Chris on the line. He's looking for a house in Tampa. That type of transfer. So it's going to take a while because these leads are going to take time to go. I cut City off from this opportunity about a year ago, and we're still having closings from those leads that we stopped giving them a year ago because the nurturing just goes on and on. Right here today, happy birthday to Joe Brown from South Tampa. Tomorrow for Zach from the Brandon team. Fernando on the 27th, along with Julio on the 28th with Marcos, and Lisa Kirkbecker on the 28th. So there's our birthdays this week. And then my last slide is the end. So I'm trying to finish this meeting by 9:15 so you guys can jump into your individual rooms. So I'm 7 minutes late. But that's because all the managers talk so much. Only kidding. All right, anything for the greater good? Jeff, you're gonna have people jump into your room. Chris, you've got people in your room. Joe, you do your meeting on Tampa on Wednesday. Thomas, you're doing your meeting in person too? Cool. All right, guys.
No, Zoom.
On Zoom? Yeah, there you go. Cool. All right. Happy Tuesday. Bye, guys.